Welcome everyone, Dylan here from Freedom Forex Trading, walking through EURUSD, the week just gone, starting Monday, the 18th of March, 2024 through till the 22nd. So coming into the week, price was in a bit of an interesting position. We'd been super bearish the week beforehand, leading us into quite deep of a bearish range. We were at the top end of a bullish range, which we can see here on our higher time frame, which was from this low through to this high. Got some high quality areas that we were looking to target, as well as some resting liquidity that we had sitting there. So sells were holding a lot of probability coming into the week, which was helping us obviously form our bias to be a bit more aggressive with sells, but we were expecting a retracement up to some of these higher points that also caused significance in the market, as well as this resting liquidity that we had sitting across the top here as well. Coming into Monday and working into our London session, what we had was we had a supply to demand zone sitting above some liquidity that we'd had resting throughout this area. Now, stepping up into this point, we did have quite aggressive price actions. So moving down. Now, as price moved up into this area, we did have a lot of liquidity being built up, higher equal highs, equal lows. Smart money traps were playing out inside of this area. As price stepped into there and swept the liquidity that we did have built up, got some lower time frame entry models inside of here, which gave us a confirmation to be able to work with the sell out of this area, targeting the liquidity sitting underneath. So that was really, really nice. That had a 1 to 18 potential, targeting the liquidity over to the left here, these equal lows that we had obviously built up there. So these are really the only A+ setups that I'll be going through today that actually played out throughout the week, from what we were able to analyze and what was worth taking with, the quite interesting price action that we had. Inside of this, so you did have an opportunity to be able to scale into a position. So this is leading into New York. So you would have got tagged in about the second hour of New York, which is a really good time to be getting tagged in if you're looking to take a trade inside of those first couple of hours. So what we had was we had our lower time frame model here for a continuation, one of our manipulation models that we had played out here. So that was really clean. Looking to take an entry off of this point here after the manipulations had played out and price had done its trap, built into another trap, and also built this trend line liquidity sitting underneath. So very, very clean, good targets. Again, targeting the same liquidity for a just shy of 1 to 10. So very nice trade, really good opportunities starting into the week. So of course, between those two, you're sitting in a really good spot. If you did catch both of those trades there, obviously they were the only A+ setups for Monday. So very, very clean. Now, moving into the following day, we did have a good amount of liquidity sitting here. This is up around our Asia session. So high of the Asia range, big amount of liquidity. We have a trap play out there, or trap set there, as well as some equal highs to be able to target as well. So good liquidity pull. Wasn't anything for New York, for London. London was basically throughout here, just melted, didn't give any entries, no opportunity to be able to get in. Price just completely and utterly melted. Now, that did leave good opportunity for coming into New York to be able to catch a retracement, as well as target these highs up here, as well as looking to target the highs as obviously previous sessions, London, Asia, etc. Now, as we step down, we did have a trap built up here, and obviously that played out with getting blown through. Price then started to step down, build up some equal highs. It did set another trap for smart money concepts inside of here. That was then taken out. Now, as these were starting to play out, this is now giving us confirmations that, okay, cool. Market's been manipulated. The market's ready to make a move. We've got targets up above. We know what we're wanting to do here. So as we then had price play out, coming down into our session, we had one of our other liquidity and manipulation models play out here, which was very, very clean, anticipating a trap, which then played out really nicely. This trade, unfortunately, didn't quite hit our target, which was liquidity up above 1 to 7.5. Unfortunately, did get a little bit shy of that before melting back down. So Obviously, lots of opportunities to take partials along the way inside of this trade. You could have seen, obviously, the liquidity sitting there, look to target that, take some out there, or some other partial protocols that you can obviously have set in place as an individual for that trade. But good trade nonetheless. 1 to 7.5 is always really nice and tidy. So nothing wrong with that at all. Leading into the rest of the week was very, very average. Lots of resting liquidity being built up, resting liquidity sitting everywhere. Made it quite tricky on EU to be able to catch anything else in the way of trades. Brad's obviously breaking down GU as we speak, so he'll go through the other opportunities that you had there. But the end of the week made it really quite tricky. As you can see, we had very, very aggressive price. Not a lot of pausing of price, or if it did pause, it didn't hold a whole lot of structure and started to get a little bit tricky in terms of how long we were going to buy for or how long we were going to sell for. Market was very predictable. Could really see quite clearly what it was wanting to do and the intention behind it, but it just had no opportunities to be able to get in. We did want to get into a trade from up here after all this, the trend line, trap set, equal lows swept through there. So good opportunity, but unfortunately that one was missed as no entry model was provided. And that was pretty much the story for the rest of the week. There was price setting up, looking good, very predictable, liquidity being built up, runs of liquidity done, but just nothing in the way of entry models to be able to tick our boxes. And, that's a big thing with trading is, sometimes we can pick the market, we can be 100% right, but not be in. And as a trader, you need to be okay with that. You need to be okay with price running without you getting the bias right and not being in, as there's not always going to be a trade. If it's not A+, we don't take it. So nothing wrong with sitting out and missing a couple of days with a price action, just as there's no trade. So hope everyone got a lot of value from this. Coming into the week, we are going to be very, very patient, looking for some good confirmations. So hope you all got some value, and I'll see you all next time.